I don't know. I like blues music.
Oh yeah.
I'm cool with blues.
A
I'm
little slide.
cool with blues.
Yeah, I might be having performance issues. My wife tells me to, and my computer. Yeah, you made it. Rockin' stock.
Rock in stuff.
I like royalty-free music.
Yeah,
man.
I hate just you gotta have the royalty free. You don't want to
Yeah.
get hit for nothing.
Yeah, if you don't have royalty-free, you can't play it, right?
I mean, that's one of the rules.
Well, I mean, technically, if you're discussing it, like if you're actually really discussing it, you can play parts of songs and things and whatnot because you get some fair use protocol. But it really has to be a discussing critique of the music, critique of whatever you're playing in order for it to be fair use.
Protocol. I like I've always loved the word protocol. It sounds so fucking sci-fi.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I'm waiting 1 minute.
So, like, we couldn't play back on the other episode. We couldn't play the entire song of you call me by my name, but we could play clips of it and discuss those clips and be fine. It's just a matter of
Call me
do you want to argue?
morning, call me by your name. Oh, there is a lesbian version of that
Really?
song now.
I had not seen that.
Call me
lesbian.
Hecate.
Ah, not heard it.
It is a lesbian witch version of that song. Fucking treat your eardrums.
I'd rather not. I think Whoa, what is that? Severe thunderstorm watch for Caddo Parish for the next 6 hours and 48 minutes.
Thank God
That's
we're in the
not-
most secure building we know.
Yeah.
No
Yep.
windows. No dogs. In case we get hungry.
Yeah. I've already told the kids that they're the first things to go, are those dogs. Cats second.
Cats a second.
Yeah, we like the cats a little bit better than we like the dogs. Plus, Pete's pretty fat. So he'd be good. I'll smoke him, for 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe
God.
12. He'd be
Get
delicious.
yourself a pair of Korean spare ribs, you know?
Do you think just salt and pepper would work for cooking a dog?
I think you're going to want a little cayenne in there because I think dog meat's probably pretty bland.
Yeah,
so
you're
you're going to want a
probably
little
right.
cayenne
It
pepper.
probably depends on their diet and their activity level.
Well, I mean, he just eats dog food. It's,
Yeah.
chicken and lamb.
Yeah. So, you already got it marinating.
Man, I went camping, and I took him camping with us. And my mom asked me, how'd Pete do? Was the first time he went camping. And she was like, how'd Pete do? And I was like, he did great. Or I said, he was great. And I sent her a picture, and he was sitting in one of those fold-up chairs, one of those camping chairs. He was sound asleep in a camping chair, but I was on the other side of the fire. So it was the fire and then the camping chair. My mom replied back, Jonathan, oh my God. And she immediately called me, and I was like, what? She said, when I first looked at that picture and I responded, it looked like you had him on a spit over the fire. And like he was on a rotisserie or whatever. And I was like, I did not cook and eat my dog.
I'm pretty sure I
took
would have
food with me.
skinned the dog first.
Oh,
First
man,
of all,
she
before
was-
you put
I'm
anything
not
on a
gonna-
rotisserie.
She was tripping. No, I mean, you just burn all the hair right off. Yeah,
I mean, no. Not
Like
if you want to do it.
you
how you do it if you're
want to
surviving.
do some sort of trimming there. I mean, come on.
Plus, you can use the skin as a pelt and like make yourself a hat,
Oh.
a dog hat.
That's what I need is a hat made out of peat. Welcome everybody to this week's episode of my podcast. His man
My podcast.
Sorry it has
is
been so
Mancave.
long.
It has been
That's on
so
me.
long.
I have been working my butt off.
I mean, clearly. I mean, I thought you had a dad bod before, but that now your butt is like concave.
Oh man,
like that.
No.
I'm
That's how much
surprised
you've
I
worked
can
as-
sit in this chair without slipping out of it.
I know. Whereas me, like I've not been working my butt off. I'm about to start working my butt. Well,
No,
that's
you
not
have
true.
been.
I
You
have been
have
working
been.
my
You
butt
have a
off.
construction site at our house.
Yeah, that's right. I've been extending the roof to make a covered porch.
Very nice.
Doing a good job so far.
But nevertheless, I still have a healthy pair of glutes.
Yeah,
I got
very
a solid smackable bottom.
Well, I haven't been able to work on any of the shit out back because the insurance company screwed up my check.
Oh.
So, and my wife was like, "You're not spending our money on any of that shit. You wait till that check is here, and then you can spend that money on that."
That's
And I'm like, all right, whatever.
that's a good
fine."
wife point. That's a good
Yeah.
waifu point.
Yeah, we did just make some money off of Dogecoin. I made pretty good today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Were you one of those people that bought it as a joke and then just
I
like
bought in at 3 cents a share.
as a
Yeah.
joke? I have no doubt.
And I bought 1,800 something shares of it the first time, and it went to, I think 40 something cents, and I sold it, and then I bought back in at 23, and it's just been. It's been hilarious.
I
to
love
watch
the
this.
level that comedy has now interjected into finance because it's all
It's like a 10-year-old meme.
well, no, because here's the thing. It's all cryptocurrency. Like, no
Yeah.
matter what name you give it, it's all the same thing. But the fact that you can name it hilarious things means that you buy this kind of shit as a joke, and then it becomes actual money, and you're like, how the...
Well, I think
I
with,
did it ironically.
I think with cryptocurrency, I don't think anybody. I mean, you're buying it ironically, but you've got this idea in the back of your head that whatever you're buying into is going to be the next Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was talking to somebody about that today, and they were like, "Oh, nothing's going to be the next Bitcoin," you know. And I was like, "Nah, I think you're just people are looking for what's going to be the next widely accepted cryptocurrency on a mainstream scale." And that's what people are hoping they can.
Well, the
get
thing is,
into.
even
'Cause if
Bitcoin's not accepted on a mainstream scale.
Well, it is accepted in more places than any of the other cryptocurrencies.
Okay, yeah,
You know,
on
when
that
you're-
measure.
when you're comparing apples to apples on what it actually is, and people are trying to get. I mean, the cryptocurrency is so crazy to me. It's very
I still don't currently trust
well,
it.
here's the
well.
thing.
But
That,
what's funny is you can if you're paying attention with the little ups and downs, and you can invest in it in pennies and quarters of a penny. Because first time I saw this shit pop up, it was like 0.3 of a cent.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
like
you couldn't buy any of it, and I was like, man, I mean, how do you? And I mean, if you had any Bitcoin that when it was even $14 a coin,
hmm
Yeah.
you fucking balling out
Well,
of control right
here's
now.
the thing
Get
that's...
the fuck out of here.
But here's the thing is you wouldn't have known at that point. So
Well,
we
no,
didn't
no,
know at that
'cause
point.
here's
It's
the
looking
thing
back.
that's
It's
taken
But
over for
would
the-
you not have known? Because people were saying it. This is the thing. This is what's coming. And look what happened.
Well,
So you can't say you didn't know. You just thought, man, motherfuckers are crazy. Ain't not going to change. Ain't not going to replace this.
Well, no, here's the thing that's the true what is happening in the cryptocurrency market. Here's the thing that is ultimately happening. It is a true 100% speculation market.
Yeah.
And so that's why so many of these things that are just jokes end up becoming profitable because everybody buys them because they're jokes. But now since a large enough people have it, it now has established value just because of the fact that people have it. And so now that value goes up. And then when people sell that because the value's gone up, now it's traded more. The trade index on it goes up. And because the trade index on it went up, it now has more value.
I like what somebody else put it. Is they're basically adult Pokemon cards. They don't
No,
really.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
just
no,
gotta
they
be
don't. They
smart
don't
enough to
actually.
get out.
Yeah.
They don't
It's
actually
like,
have
just
any
don't hold
real
on to it.
value to it, but they have value because somebody else kind of wants it, and because
Yeah.
other people kind of want it, and so you're basically trading cards that have no inherent value.
Well,
And it's,
everything has value on it because we established that it has
Right.
value. I mean, money's just paper, but we all agreed
But
that
I mean,
it's money.
it's just,
But and
I
it
made
even-
$1,000 today.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not arguing if you're smart and that's a thing you're willing to pay more attention to than I am.
and that's why, like, especially with a speculative market and the fact that cryptocurrencies,
I mean,
the fact
Yeah.
that cryptocurrencies are so isolated in the fact that it is all the same profit makes it this unbelievable market where if you watch and carefully monitor trends, you can make a shit ton of money because it's not like picking stocks because it's all the same product. It's all the exact same thing. And so this trading back and forth of it and establishing its value, if you read that correctly, there's nothing to do but make money. It's the Wild West of fucking finance. And that's exactly why so many people are getting in on it because it does not have, without all of the regulations and all of these other things that so many markets are put on it, without any of that, you can make buku bucks because it's all just flying around completely unregulated.
well, but you do have to be careful because the taxes on capital gains
Yeah.
they're up there, and people, if you're not paying attention, and say you did, make a few $1,000s, and you don't have a tax professional that is paying attention to what you owe,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, that was the first thing I asked when the first round hit because of what we made. That was the first thing I did was I called my CPA and was like, man, what do I do about this? And he was like, this is what you need to do.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Yeah.
And it's just, I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of people that are doing this, not as a joke, but thinking, because look, in the stock market, you can make a shitload of money if you have money.
Yeah.
If you, with Robinhood, for example, if you were able to put $25,000 into your Robinhood account, you can freely day trade and that's buy stock at 25 cents, sell it at 30, buy it again at 25 when it drops back down, sell it at 30.
Yeah.
You know, and it just, you do that all day long, and you buy the dips and you sell the highs. Bless
Yeah.
you. I mean, you
Yeah,
turn
you
your
make money.
$25,000
Whereas
into $35,000
in
into
cryptocurrencies-
65. Well, but you can do it in cryptocurrency
With a lot less input.
all day long.
Yeah.
All day long.
And with a lot less input. You don't need the insane startup capital.
Well,
that
yeah,
you do.
and that's what I'm saying. And like the market doesn't stop on the cryptocurrency. It doesn't
Yeah.
stop at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the
No.
afternoon. Opening bell isn't at 8:30 or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Cryptocurrency goes 24/7. I can buy and sell it right now
Yeah.
with no limitations, with no restrictions, with no penalties,
No
Are we
regulation.
sure this isn't an ad?
Yeah,
No ad.
Are you
I
sure?
just
Is there
love-
is there any cryptocurrency that we should plug right now? Because
I
you
mean,
just
no,
gotta.
it ain't nothing like that. Because I mean, I have no idea what this shit's gonna do.
Yeah.
I just read an article that made sense to me. Bought it. I mean, I had some money in the Robinhood because I made a little bit of money playing around with it. I made some money last year on Wader, and I've made some money off of it, and I said, "Fuck it, man." There was a few $100s in the account, so I bought
Yeah.
a few $100 worth at 3 cents a piece, and when it went to, I think I sold it. I think it was at 42.
Yeah.
I sold it 41 or 42. From 3 cents, you do the math on
Yeah.
what you think I made.
By the way,
You know what I mean?
I completely have the next the next cryptocurrency fad that's gonna take
God.
off.
Here we go.
All right. First thing you start off with, anal coin. Anal coin will be the first.
Oh,
Everybody wants it.
no.
Everybody's wife doesn't want him to have it, but
No,
everybody
no,
wants
Everybody
it.
wants it. Yeah.
All right. Then rim
And
coin.
you only get it on your birthday.
You only get it on your birthday.
Yeah,
And
so
then
anytime
rim
anybody
coin.
gives
No,
you-
you get a special discount on your birthday.
Oh, okay. That makes
And
sense.
then rim coin, obviously the next. And you just do an entire porn. You could have MILF coin and just have an entire porn-themed catalog of coin.
Step coin.
Oh,
Step
Yeah.
step coin.
Oh man,
I'm
Well,
stuck in the
I wrote,
dryer,
I
Steph,
wrote
bro.
some stuff about Shreveport for this episode. I saw the skeeter trucks are back out.
The skeeter trucks.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
it's about
Yeah.
fucking time.
Yeah, those trucks that spray the mosquito.
Yeah.
Oh man, I used to love the sound of that, but man, that shit tastes so bad when when you're standing outside.
No, that's why I go inside. Well, why are you still
I was a
staying?
kid, man. We used to stand outside and like chase the truck, ride the truck.
The
Man,
fucking
that's why I'm fucking stupid now. But yeah, nah, man, I love the skeeter trucks.
I would 100% blame that on your kids. That's where I would blame your lack of IQ.
Well, my children.
Yeah, because they drain the life right out. They give back as much as they take, but when it comes, I've met plenty enough parents to know that like your brains are not something that survive.
My kids,
raising kids.
my youngest told me earlier, Dad, tell everybody not to eat out of the trash can because I just tooted in it.
You can't beat that.
No,
that's
so
gold.
so what
That
did I
is
do? I went
gold.
and told everybody, hey, nobody eat anything out of the trash can. Your brother farted in it.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody in the house looked at me like, what the fuck is Dad talking about?
Is Dad smelling burnt toast?
Yeah, no shit. Is he having a stroke? I read that Shreveport is the 4th most stressed city.
I think every city is the most stressed city.
Well,
No.
out of all the cities in the United States I think it was 200,000 population of 200,000 plus. Shreveport ranked 4th.
it does not surprise me.
That's crazy, man.
I mean, I get
'Cause
it.
We're a little.
I mean-
we're a little city compared to big ones.
I mean,
I mean-
we top the charts in a lot of shit. I mean,
Magic
Yeah,
City, son.
Yeah, it's none of the good charts either.
we
None of the
top
good charts.
None of the good charts.
Well, another thing that I saw is did y'all see there's a new gaming thing opening up in Bossier Mall?
No.
Drew Brees is like putting some money into like I want to say it's supposed to be like arcade laser tag, blah blah blah. It's going in the old like Remington College or whatever.
I
Used to
know, I
be
know
Yeah.
about it.
in Pure
I
Bossier
know what
Mall.
you're talking about. Yeah, but I don't know where.
And then I read an article today that the mall is filing for bankruptcy.
Oh,
the mall itself.
they've been trying to file for bankruptcy since I've been working there, and that's been like over a decade ago.
Yeah, they've not been doing well.
Well,
like-
I wonder if that's going to help them out. Is the question that I asked.
The problem
I
is-
think that might have given them the money, like that might have given them the money to declare bankruptcy. That could have
Yeah.
been that could have been the final push.
Well,
However,
Drew Brees has the kind of money he could buy that motherfucking place, do whatever the hell he
that's
wanted
the
to
thing.
with it.
The fact that they've declared bankruptcy means that he can get the same space for pennies on the dollar.
Yeah.
Like, because when a place like that declares bankruptcy, it's all about just like finance restructuring.
You said you worked there?
I've worked there for retail for a number of years, and then went from retail to being a mall security guard for like 4 years.
How long ago was that?
It has to be like it's over a decade ago now.
When was the last time you walked through that place? Because I did it recently. I do
It
it.
has to be like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I do it every couple of months. I try to sign. I want the Great American Cookie Company,
Yeah.
and I want Ichiban out of there. And I've got Sam's Southern Eatery in the mall. So every now and then I got to go in there and deal with his tablet or something like that. Put some brochures out or whatever. But when I make that walk from Ichiban to Great American or back, man, that mall it hasn't changed, but it's so different.
Yeah, no, it has been like last Christmas, because I think my family came in, and I think my mom, who used to live in here, goes, "Oh yeah, let's go to the mall." And it's like,
Today.
Sure, yeah, let's go to the mall. They always have good stuff. No,
Not anymore.
no,
No, St. Vincent's not bad. Hell, South Park's a damn church.
yeah. But I think malls are just dying as a concept.
I mean,
and
even
like
the
2020
even the
helped
boardwalk
places
is
that
down.
have-
Yeah, the boardwalk is pretty bad off too.
Yeah.
Well, I went to the boardwalk not too long ago with a bunch of friends, and it wasn't horrible.
I think it's a disgrace to call it like the outlets,
Mm.
But so
Yeah.
is like the one over in Canton, the Tangiers outlet or whatever it is over
Yeah.
in Fort Worth, Dallas or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go in there, that's the thing that I hate outlet malls, because all it is a fucking store that sells the shit, and it's called an outlet. I very rarely see discounted prices. I very rarely see like good selections or even odd selections. Like if it's an outlet, you'd think they'd have like stuff that's being discontinued or whatever. No, not from what I've seen in the stores that I go to.
The problem is like malls and that like stores being in malls is kind of unnecessary now.
Well,
Who
it's
doesn't buy
fading.
everything online?
Yeah, that's online shopping.
Well, I mean, especially if you're like in some sort of niche thing, because then you're pretty much you either have to have a niche store. Oh wait, you can go to the 1,000+ niche stores that exist on the internet, or freaking Amazon. Amazon sells everything.
Everything, even the niche store shit.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've been looking up some shit for my stuff, and like I'm kind of surprised what you can find on Amazon.
No, you can get it all.
Oh yeah.
And it started with books.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody said, it's going to be nothing. Who's going to buy their books?
Fucking
online?
Netflix started in the mail.
Yeah.
In
that's
the
right.
mail.
That's right.
Actually, no. I
Delivered by a postman.
What-
remember
what,
people talking about Netflix and Amazon a long time ago as being this could be a game changer if it really worked, but I don't think people realized how ubiquitous both of them would be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Well, y'all want to see some fucked up shit this week?
Almost always.
I mean, of
So-
course.
Did you use Ask Jeeves
Of
for this? I'm gonna bring up
course.
old shit now. Fuck
No,
it.
we'll keep it on the Shreveport tilt for right this second, son.
Okay.
I wonder-
Okay, so we got this is clearly a state fair. I can already tell by the
No, it's the new spring fair, whatever. 'Cause
Yeah,
they
the
did
new
a
spring
spring
fair.
fair because
some,
to make
some
money
sort
back from the
of
state fair.
fair-like atmosphere.
Yeah, it's our fair.
It's the new spring fair.
And apparently this is the talk of the fair from, I believe, Saturday. And I'll kind of throw some. I don't really want the audio in here, but I'm gonna leave it muted like that.
So they're trying to fight. I think it's the
Yeah, and
shittiest
apparently
cam
it
footage
was a
ever.
huge brawl with a bunch of kids, a bunch of teenagers or whatever. And
Oh man, this
it's-
turned into a ballroom blitz. I thought it was just gonna be the two dudes
No,
fighting.
look at the
Oh,
cop.
look.
She does not want to put her nachos down and tell people to fucking stop. She's doing everything she can to not drop her pretzel. Look at her. Her funnel cake
Man, that
is
was a
safe.
good combination punch on that one kid though when he was.
But what's fucked up?
Yeah, but it
is
feels like they gathered out
Wait a
here
minute,
for the
this is
freaking
why
fight.
I quit going to the fair, even as a young, young adult.
Yeah.
When I was in my 20s, that was the last time I went to the fair, because every time you went to the fair, I mean, it didn't matter if it was day or night. This is what was happening. Somebody was fighting. Somebody was talking shit. Everything's fucking disgusting. trailer rides. I mean, somebody.
Hold on.
A meth head
I do
put that
got to
fucking
check
ride
one thing
together.
though. Is that dude wearing one fingerless glove, or has he just got something wrapped around
Looks
his
like
hand?
he's got a bandana wrapped around
Okay,
his
he's got a
hand.
bandana wrapped
Yeah.
his hand. Because there was a
Represent,
second.
son. Represent.
There was a part of my brain that was like, is he wearing one fingerless glove? Because if so, that man not only came to fight, that man is
Yeah.
clearly the leader of somebody.
Yeah, no, I mean, and shame on that cop for like doing the way she did. You know, she should have gotten in there, put that pretzel down, baby. So, but it sucks, man, because this is why we can't have nice shit in Shreveport. Is because when you get
Yeah,
you get outdoor events out, we get a little too crazy here in this town.
Yeah, we do.
No,
And
the-
it's not a black thing. It's not a white thing.
Oh,
it's
I've seen the
it's
white
a
redheads do
Shreveport
it.
thing.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
seen the five. I've
I just
seen.
want to make that
Yeah.
clear because I know some people that know me.
Redheads versus brunettes at these things.
I have
gets
seen.
insane.
I have seen
Yeah.
the white girls go at
Did
it.
you see?
Oh, yeah.
Did you see the one from? I don't know where that fair was, but the guy was like pushing people and kicking them and shit, like getting off, like pushing kids down. And apparently he was freaking out over the way the people were talking to him. And somebody was like, you made the ride too rough or some shit. So he just fucking turned the machine back on and they were trying to get off and he just turned it on. Fuck you, bitch, and turned it on. So, and then he brings some other people, makes it stop and tries to get some other people off. And she starts screaming at him. And he's like, fuck you, bitch, get off my ride. And like knocks her kid over. And the kid's like, I don't know, maybe 3 years old,
Oof.
you know? And then
Oh.
You're not gonna look like the good guy.
He
after
goes
this.
at somebody else on the other side of the ride, and then he comes back and just like with people standing in the way, he fucking just turns the ride back on. You know what I'm saying? And then they beat the shit out of this guy.
I mean,
Like,
I hate to say it,
everybody
understandable.
around
He-
that ride, fuck that dude.
Like,
up.
it don't matter what your intent was or what happened or what accident happened. You fucking kicked an eight. It wasn't. He said 8-year-old or 3-year-old.
No, I mean it was a kid. It was a
Yeah,
little.
no.
One. I mean she
Toddler.
was little. She
Like,
was a little bitty kid.
I get the mother might have been a Karen, but you still don't
No, I
excuse
don't-
shit.
So the first video I saw only showed him trying to get them out, her talking shit to him, and then him snapping, and it didn't show all the other shit before. And when I first watched it, I was like, man, you know, I wonder who's the asshole here. But then I watched it. This woman was not a Karen. This dude was fucking.
He was a fucking
He was
dick.
in the wrong
He was in-
100%.
Or,
All right.
Also, it's one of those things. If you're the ride operator, or if you're any of the person behind the scenes, or the person operating shit, you have a responsibility. Even if they're being the dick, even
Yeah.
if they're being Karen 100%,
Yeah.
you are still the person in charge, and you have to calm down, and you can't take it out on somebody else, or especially
You damn sure
fucking
can't flip
kids.
that switch and let that damn
No.
roller or Ferris wheel just start fucking rolling
You're
at
gonna
high
fucking hurt
speed.
people.
You know what I mean?
You're gonna fucking hurt people.
So
This is 1 second long, so I'm immediately suspicious.
oh, this
I
was
am
so
too.
awesome.
Oh, daddy,
Oh.
yes. I mean, you just cannot beat that.
No, it's
No.
a bridge demolition. How fucking awesome is that?
And they got the timing perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see all the the stuff splashing in the water.
Yeah, all the
down there?
debris.
Yeah, all the debris
Oh, yeah.
coming out. Yeah, I love. I love. You know, I love weird stuff. Like
Oh
this.
yeah, like
That's
whenever they take
perfect.
down one of the old casinos in Las Vegas. I think that is the
Yeah.
most purest thing ever. Whenever they demolish an old
Yeah,
casino in Las
dropping a
Vegas,
building is
because
awesome.
they're dropping a building and then like it's almost immediately replaced with another. It's such pure Las Vegas of like kill the old and then build a new. Like it's
Well, talking about kill the old and build the new. I stumbled across this one here that something tells me you'll like.
Oh, I love demolition videos.
oh god.
Well, but it's not your typical demolition video. So because
Yeah.
it's in New York, they
they
can't
can't
just-
set off
so they
explosions in
fucking
New York.
tear it down full. And it almost looks like you're watching it like it
In
being
reverse,
built in
being
reverse,
built. Yeah.
But if you look at the cars, it doesn't look like they're going. Man, does it look like they're going backwards?
No.
Did I get duped? Yeah, man, all the cars are going backwards.
But yeah, in New York they can't use explosives to take down buildings. So
I may have been duped on that one. That may actually be.
Well,
a
look at the
video.
comments on it. I'm sure somebody's done the research in the comments.
Let's see.
No.
No.
Apparently, there's even a source there. That's
Yeah.
actually it's
All
real.
right. Maybe because it's time lapse, it just looks weird.
yeah, no. 'cause
Oh, it's
time
across the
lapse.
street from Grand Central Terminal. They literally cannot demolish it because
I've
of
been
Grand.
there.
Well, there's a lot of
Grand Central.
sections in New York that you can't do actual
Yeah.
demolitions. I think it's. I
It's
think,
just the time lapse makes it hard to register.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool as shit though.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Oh,
I think the only places that you
absolutely.
can
All
do
right,
demolitions
what was
in
the
New York.
one that I had pulled up that I wanted to show y'all that I was like, yeah, there it is right there. Okay, so
Okay.
I found this one and I thought, wow. Okay, so yeah,
Wow.
I know y'all just saw that. So this guy shoots the airplane down
Mm-hmm.
and the guy bails and then he
Clips it.
No. It says that he just buzzed him, but look how close he came to that goddamn parachute.
Yeah.
Let me move this screen so they can see. I mean,
That's
that's the strings. That's the guy's arm. I mean, he came so close to that dude in that airplane. That is so nuts. And that's, that's the kind of shit that they did back then. That's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
I think it's no.
Huh.
That's more than a
That
buzz.
German's dead as fuck, man.
Yeah.
That German is dead AF. Not because of old age either.
I do wonder like how hysterical it was to be like a World War II pilot, and then like somebody like some news company came up and be like, "Hey, can we just like strap a bunch of cameras to you guys'
Sure.
planes real quick?"
Sure, I'm going to drop napalm this afternoon. You can check that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm pretty sure the military said, "Oh, it's these planes and these planes and these planes," because they don't want the really controversial shit like the napalm bombings.
Well,
They
no,
just don't release the video.
No, I guarantee you
Yeah.
because
They
they
wait
want
till 2021
because-
and tell you aliens are here.
because the news wanted shots of Germans being shot down. They clearly gave them to their aces.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the people
Oh,
that
yeah.
that
They knew weren't gonna
escort
get
the
shot
bombers
down.
that have gotten 50 kills already. They're walking around with a 10-foot cock, just being, "Hey there, Jim," taking swigs of brandy before they hop in their plane. Like those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That's who
Yeah,
gets the camera.
that's who gets the camera. They're not gonna put it on the young recruit. 'cause
No,
they don't know
like,
what the hell's gonna
act
happen
like-
to the footage.
that's the loss of a camera. You got to put it on fucking King Swaggercock.
I read a thing yesterday where one of the Germans, like best pilots, when he got shot down and killed, the opposing forces took note of where the plane went down. They went, recovered the body, and buried him with honors because that's how cold he was.
Yeah.
The-
That's how good of a pilot he
Well,
was.
there was actually, for most of history, that's actually how people treated the opposing dead.
Yeah.
Of, okay, cool, they fell in battle. It didn't matter whose side they were. You gave them the honors because
Honor,
they
yeah.
fought. They did the thing, regardless of side.
Yeah.
For a lot of period of history, you would have people, after the fight's over, we won, you lost. The winners would still let the losers come in and collect the dead so they could be buried properly with honors.
Right.
Well, the thing about, especially when it comes to fighter pilots goes, like it gets a lot more sentimental
Yeah.
because you don't have the same fog of war as infantry or
True.
even tank divisions. Like, it's you versus that plane.
Yeah.
It's old school.
Yeah, it's mono a mono.
Yeah, it's mono
Yeah.
a mono. It's your skill and your plane versus his skill and his
Especially
plane.
back in the day. Nowadays, it's not necessarily about your skill
Yeah.
versus my skill. Because
It's who has
if
the
I'm
longer
flying-
range missiles.
Yeah, if I'm
It's
flying
who
a
has the bigger
Hornet-
budget? Who has
yeah.
the bigger budget?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I'm flying a Hornet that's got radar guided missiles, you're 13 miles.
Oh,
away.
Raider guided? You're like 10 years, 20 years in the past at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah.
We're talking about radar
This is-
guided.
this
They got shit much better
satellite
than-
tracking.
Well,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's what I mean. Like I can track you and just launch it. And
It takes a
it's done.
selfie with you before it
Yeah.
explodes
It's
your
got a
plane.
camera that takes it all the way there.
Yeah.
But
So-
yeah, no. Back in that day, yeah, it was 100% like you weren't like normal infantry where it was this huge hail of bullets. You know, you don't know if you're hitting anybody or not.
Yeah.
It's mono a mono. I know when my bullet hits something.
I still think my favorite fighter groups is. Have you ever heard of the Night Witches from
The
Russia?
women.
yeah,
Yeah.
the all
I
female.
Literally-
read about them the other day, as a matter of fact.
Literally, all in biplanes.
Yeah.
They were literally dropping railroad ties and biplanes onto the German forces, but they're afraid of them because they're turning the engines off and everything and glide it and drop it. So it was just like,
Yeah.
it was just, you would hear them, the engine would turn like on just in time for the bombing.
Yeah.
So
And
the Germans thought they
I
were
read
lit-
something about the Night Witches. It may have been a week ago.
Yeah.
And I read that for the first time. I thought
I
that was
lo-
pretty
they're one of my
interesting. That is pretty
favorite
cool.
fighter.
Yeah.
No, I guess they're not fighters. They're bombers, but still.
Yeah.
All widows of fallen soldiers, if I read correctly.
No, it wasn't all. Like some
There
of them
was a
were.
majority.
Okay.
No,
maybe
but it was
that's
it was
what
also it was a weird mix because there was
Yeah.
also some political people in there and other things and people who were like, it controversial and there's some history behind it. I think they'll be taking more time than I think we want to get into.
Yeah, but no, the main reason that it was publicized as sort of like a propaganda PR thing that they were all widows.
That's the publicity
story.
Yeah.
In truth, more of them were political
that would make
prisoners who
sense,
were
too.
like basically said, "You have two choices: we can execute you, or you can fly this super dangerous thing that's likely to get you killed."
All right, well, let's get in this plane. Let's pull these
But I
sticks.
mean, you got to have the hero story. Says, each one of
Yeah.
them lost their husbands valiantly in battle,
Yeah.
and they've decided to take the fight
Take
to the
it back,
Germans.
that's
You
right.
get them, ladies.
Yeah.
So
You show them 1-4.
these doors were built in 350 AD.
Shit.
Yep.
They are 27 feet tall by 6 feet wide, and they are solid bronze. And they are
Built by
s-
the king with the smallest dick in the history of dicks.
And they are so well balanced, one person can just push them open.
Yeah.
How fucking impressive is that? I put a door on my bathroom that I have to like, lift up to shut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these, I mean, that is one of the coolest things I've ever.
We
looked
don't
at.
give enough credit to the engineers of the past and how much skill they had to have to do some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Because they had to do it without all of the bells and whistles that we
Like-
have now.
Like, look at the original Notre Dame. The original Notre Dame was a fucking work of art done by hand, every piece, every inch,
Well, most are
hand
old-
cut.
most of old school houses, like old Highland homes, they're beautifully built because, you know, they were built from a different time where
Yeah.
that shit was an art.
Yeah, well, it had
it's
to be.
still an art. Don't get it wrong. People can build really, really nice houses, but it's not like, you know, hand done stucco, and the trim work being done literally by hand out of mud. You know,
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
it's-
100% more factory-produced homes now. And there's
Yeah.
still people out there with the incredible skill you're talking about. But that
It's
skill
dying.
very much takes a back seat a lot of the time.
yeah. Because I mean, I can go buy a thing that I can stick up above where my ceiling fan goes, instead of taking plaster and mixing it together and then getting a mold and making one.
Yeah.
And then letting it dry and finish sanding and touching it up and then paint. You know,
No. Now let me inform you. One of the things that's gonna mess you up. Nails. The modern idea of nails, I think, are like a little over 1,000 years old.
Mm-hmm.
The
They used
modern
to be
idea of
square.
nails. So yeah, you had to fit it together. You had to, so it's everything has to be hand fit,
Yeah.
Yeah.
perfectly fit together. So you can't even like nail things together
Well, you wedge
much.
it.
Yeah, you had to wedge
that's
everything.
how- well, I mean, that's log cabins are done that way.
Yeah.
You know, a bunch of wedging, where you just you shove it together, put a split in there, and shove something between it, and it ain't coming out now.
Well, there's still some place in the world where they'll actually still build things like that. In Japan, they literally will build, like they're doing a traditional building. They will still build things like that. All of the wood joins done wood on
Oh
wood.
yeah, no, they
Yeah.
make some very, very intricate
Oh yeah,
like,
patterns
things that,
and
and they're.
gorgeous.
No, it's-
gorgeous.
I'm a huge fan of that
gorgeous.
stuff.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, that is beyond my scope.
Yeah, no, it's hysterical. Like you're speaking about that, it's hysterical when you see like all of these like recreations of ancient cities, and just seeing what happened whenever an ancient civilization got money and like the unbelievable architecture they would invest in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like we're big into Greece with like our campaign.
Yeah,
is
like, yeah,
looking at like the Parthenon. That shit is like even what we have left is like a ridiculous piece, and we only have like a quarter of it like left over,
Yeah.
and it's stupid. The way they had to construct this and the way they had to build it, marble all joined together and fashioned together without
Yeah.
Without
Any-
gorilla glue and
Yeah.
caulking guns and cranes.
yeah.
Without cranes, the
Oh
fact
yeah, no cranes.
when you think about all of this shit going on without
Cranes.
Yeah.
Lifting tons of marble onto a
Well, I mean, there's that guy that he moved, you know, like a 7,000-pound block of wood by himself,
just yeah, because it was
and
based.
stood it up, and flipped it over, and put it in a position, and I mean, he did it all by himself, all with leverage.
Yeah,
I'm a
but
huge fan
yeah.
of leverage. That's how I move all of our furniture.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
but but like that's the thing is like people go, well, they could never have done it, blah blah, blah, and they had to have to know.
No.
They could do it. We've proven they could do it. We
Yeah,
have evidence.
it just
We
takes
know how.
planning and a shitload of planning and time.
And engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and engineering.
Bodies.
Depending
Back
on
in the day, it was bodies. Now
Yeah.
it's cranes.
yeah.
You know, now it's hydraulics. But back then,
Yeah,
it was motherfuckers.
like I said,
Come on.
what the job of one crane does now, back in the day, it took 100 craftsmen. Like,
Well, yeah. And it was also one of those things where it's like you would have
And
all of
50
the
mules.
Yeah, you'd have all the people, and it's was a thing that was passed down and taught. And your apprentices, and they would go. It was
Yeah, it was 7 generations deep of like
Yeah.
people that could carve beautiful murals and
Not no mo.
not no more.
This is the kind of shit.
Well, I mean, who's building that kind of shit
this is the
anymore?
kind of shit we get these days when you go to get vaccinated and the woman sticks you in and sticks you again.
Ooh, ooh.
She goes throw that needle away, stick it right back in that bitch's elbow.
oh
God, man, that
They-
I just think about like if that had been another inch down, that poor lady would have screamed in pain.
Because that would not have
It's
been
also
her
one of those
funny
things you have to
bone.
stop and consider. How many vaccinations has this woman done today? She is probably tired and exhausted and making the like. Okay, that's good makeup.
That's good makeup.
That's somebody who knows what
that
they're
is
doing.
both
Isn't it,
wonderful
though?
and unsettling.
I love it. Personally, I love it, but I love body horror.
I
Yeah,
would-
dude,
I
that shit's
love
so
body
fucking funny to
horror.
me, man. It's like, oh my god, I wish it wasn't just a still picture and they were like, talking or doing something so you could see the eyeball. Be like, "Fuck."
Sometimes that stuff doesn't hold up as well in motion, but sometimes it is
I would-
amazing.
Yeah, it's
no,
awesome.
I would love to
That's
see that
awesome.
makeup with that going by to the
There it
bone.
is,
Like
yeah.
I want that, but like really well done with it. Because I can't do it well.
There's that explosion video again. I
Is
had
that
played.
Oh, yeah.
We can't get rid of that. It's just so good.
Yeah.
I want that.
A buddy of mine has, like, you see that line lighting up all across like that.
Yeah.
It looks like string.
Yeah,
That's your
it's
primer
it's
cord.
demo cord.
Yeah.
It's demo cord.
So a buddy of mine's got. He was in the war, and they had to blow up an IED, and he's got a video of it. And in the video, if you slow it down, you see the primer cord light up. And it's so neat.
Oh,
Man,
did you
so
hear about
neat.
the latest? Since we were explosions, the latest gender reveal disaster?
I don't.
So, guy decided for a gender reveal, because they wanted to do an explosive, go to a local quarry that had been had not really used in California, and set off 80 pounds of tannerite.
Okay.
They buried 80 pounds of tannerite into a quarry that they stopped using. The only catch to this is they stopped using the quarry because it turns out it set on a fault line. He set off a 3.0 earthquake that could be felt for like 5 miles away.
No shit.
Yeah, he got
man.
arrested within
bet
the
he
day,
did.
and like it was.
Oh man.
This is when will people stop? When will people realize that they can't do this anymore?
friend
Like
of
you can't tempt fate anymore. There's been too much blood spilt
Yeah.
for gender
Yeah,
reveals.
too many cocks hit with those exploding
Yeah,
confetti things.
too many bodies lying dead in
Well,
the
I
street.
mean, I guess I also have personal issues with gender reveal, but that's getting into things.
yeah, no, I'm
That's
talking
a whole
about
nother
just
story for another day, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like just because here's the thing. If weddings had the same body count as fucking gender reveals do now, we would all seriously consider be like, maybe we just fucking shouldn't have weddings anymore.
I don't know what weddings you've been to, because I've been to some weddings where people have been, well, I mean not murdered, but I've been to some weddings where some shit has fucking happened.
So,
Most
yeah,
weddings.
yeah,
Yeah.
most weddings some
Most
shit
weddings.
happens,
Most receptions.
but it doesn't
Ah.
make the news.
yeah.
I mean, no, there have
doesn't
been
cause an
there have
earthquake.
been. No,
I
yeah, there
just
no
recently
cause
talked a
earthquakes.
friend of mine out of doing. I think I've talked him out of doing it. Red, if you're thinking about doing it, I still say don't. But yeah, he was talking about, man, we want to do a gender reveal party, and I was like, for what? He's like, just go to the fucking doctor and take a fucking pointy hat with you and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to come to your
No,
gender reveal party.
Just do
No,
a standard old baby shower sort of thing where it's like, hey, cool, okay, baby shower. Here it is. Open up a balloon or something.
What are you talking? No,
Yeah, not even a big.
The doctor says, "Oh, look, there's a dick." Oh, okay, all right, see ya.
Well, like not even getting into like complex gender stuff. It's like sometimes that shit is still wrong.
Yeah.
Like not even getting into the weird notion
Yeah,
of
sometimes
gender.
doctors fuck up. Like that's
Yeah.
the hilarious part of it.
Because like I can't tell you how many people I know.
Sometimes
who,
they miss the dick on the sonogram, and it's like, no, you're having a girl, and then all of a sudden the baby's born. It's like, oh, it's a boy.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had multiple sonograms, so I don't see how that happens now because you have
Oh,
you
it's-
have multiple sonograms.
it's
I'm
done.
talking
still
about like
happens.
for the gender reveal, because a lot of times
Oh.
they only have 1, maybe 2 sonograms before they're
Yeah,
like,
you think with the second one they'd get it right.
you'd think
That's twice I've seen this dick.
you got to remember
Jonah's dick was so big we knew it before we even looked at the sonogram. You could see the print of his dick on her belly.
it wasn't the baby kicking. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
the
it was
baby's
his-
hard.
Yeah, it was his penis.
Oh God.
Oh man, my little guy in there. I make a joke about it. He's a 6-year-old Ryan Reynolds. He's fucking ripped. He's got abs, a sexy ass, a dick the size of my forearm. I don't know how the fuck. He's not my kid. He's got a pull your dick out the party kind of dick. He's got
Oh,
that kind
God.
of dick. Yeah, and he's 6.
Like a wet towel, just slapping people with it from
Man.
across the room.
A baby arm. And what's funny is, I make that joke about it, and we were standing inside one day, and my buddy Richard was over here, and Jonah had just gotten out of the bath, and Richard looked in there and was like, "Oh, Jonah, I see you're naked," and we all laughed about it, and Richard was turned around and looked, and he was like, "Minnie's got a baby dick," and you heard Jonah go, "Baby dick."
Oh God.
Oh man, I love my little guy. He is so fucking crazy.
Absolute
Oh.
cray cray.
Oh yeah, he's the man.
The man.
Oh, Donut.
He is the man.
He is the shit.
Burn.
Yeah.
But no, like, here's the thing. At a gender reveal, doesn't matter whether it's a good or shitty gender reveal, you're getting the same gifts anyway. So
Yeah.
stop setting off
Yeah,
explosions.
you're getting diapers and wipes. Only
Yeah.
thing they might get you is, some clothes.
But even then, a lot of baby clothes are non-gendered anyway, because it doesn't
and
really
that's what
matter.
like the only thing I could think of that we got that was
Anything
even
gendered is going to be like
gender-related
for the parents.
would have been like dresses, like legit like skirts.
Well, like, and it used to be for like the longest time, boys and girls were dressed the same. It's like both, like you look at like manly men from the history when they're like their children pictures, they were likely to be in dresses.
Yeah,
We have pictures
didn't have clothes. Mom had to make them. If mom was a lazy cunt, then mom
Well, no,
was a
it's
lazy
the fact
cunt.
of, like, it's easier to change diapers in a dress.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I've seen they all wore those coveralls is what I've
Well,
seen.
like we have we have pictures of like shoot, oh god, my brain's not working on names, but like serious men.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
sort of like-
it's, pink and blue is a new thing.
Yeah.
Women, boys used to be pink and girls used to be blue.
Oh
And
yeah.
then at some point in time, it changed.
Gender
and
is
blah, blah, blah.
it's
Yeah, 'cause they
like
need
a
to
lot
sell
of
new
our
shit.
ideas of
Yeah.
what gender is a social construct.
And it's
Well,
a social
we-
construct
we-
designed to make moon.
I mean, we can have that
Yeah.
conversation, but we're already at 41 minutes.
All right,
so
I think this has been a perfectly fun
Yeah.
episode.
Oh,
we're gonna cut it there.
We're gonna cut
So
it
thank you
right
guys. What?
lower.
Oh, I thought you were.
No.
I thought you were saying something. So,
no.
thank you guys for tuning in this week. Sorry it's been so long. I'm busy. When that check comes through, we're probably gonna have to take a little bit of time off too, because I'm ripping all that down, and then I'm putting sheetrock.
And going to
I'm putting
Vegas.
sheetrock in here.
Well, we need to get more regular, but when we do, count
Yeah,
me
we
in.
do what we can when we can, and I know
Yeah.
I know you love it, don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you,
know
pretty
do.
baby? But yeah, no, we'll go to Vegas when you get your check in.
Okay.
And we'll put it all on Dogecoin.
No.
I'm putting it all on the roof because I want to when it's nice out. I want us to be able to podcast out.
You
there.
know what? That's a smart idea. You know why? Because the house always wins.
Oh.
He brought it back.
You know what you should have done instead of he brought it back? You should have done it. You should have hit
I
me with
should
my own
have.
thing.
I should have hit you with your own
but I'm
thing.
the only one that does it.
I should have slapped
I
you
don't,
like a
I
wet
don't think
towel
I could
from
do that
across
live
the
if I
room.
tried.
When I used to deliver water, and we'll end on this. When I used to deliver water, I told the joke of the month. So I went on month-long cycles. So when you were at the first of my cycle, like the first weeks, the joke was really bad. By the time I got to the end of the month, you got your delivery down, you know how to sell the joke, what works and what doesn't, and you can really tell the joke. But that's how I used to get away with the shitty jokes in the beginning, is you tell the joke, everybody stares at you, and then you go, and they laugh their ass off.
You sound like
But
a
I mean,
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Like,
Turtle villain.
I had terrible jokes like, I'd tell you my pizza joke, but it's too cheesy. Did I tell you the joke about paper? Oh, don't worry about it. It's terrible. What's green and has wheels? Grass. I was just joking about the wheels. What's brown and sticky? A stick. What's blue and smells like red paint? Obviously blue paint. Those are dad jokes that I would tell. And then when you hit the punchline. So
I got a dad joke for you then. I
I'm
got
ready.
one.
Oh.
I'm ready.
All right. So this dwarf is a psychic. But despite all of his psychic abilities, he ends up going to jail. He's in jail for about 2 years, and then all of a sudden he sees it. He sees his time to escape. And sure enough, he finds his way to the outside wall, climbs up it somehow, jumps all the way off, doesn't hurt him, able to roll, able to make out. able to get out. He's on the run for maybe a day, and then the police are called, and they put out the APB for a small medium at large.
That is a dad joke for you.
Oh,
Man,
I
thank you
think
guys
that-
for tuning in. And I guess
Thank
that's
you
our
guys very
last
much.
episode. You sound like a dog.
I
sound
know.
like a dog
I
panting for
couldn't. I
water.
couldn't get the.
Oh, man.
Like I couldn't get it in there. So
Like, subscribe, do all those things.
hit that bell button for notifications. Thank
We-
you all. Be kind to each other. Much love. And you.
Hope to
small.
see you guys next time.
Yeah.
You small motherfucker, man.